In this lecture, we are going to learn about another array method in JavaScript called as find method. The find method in JavaScript is used to find the first matching element from an array that satisfies a given condition. So we use find method on an array, and the find method loops over each element of the array. And to the find method, we pass a callback function, and the find method checks for a condition for each element in that array. And the first element which satisfies that condition, that will be returned by the find method. And the important point to remember here is that it does not modify the original array. And also remember that find method does not return us an array. It returns us a single value. Let's try to understand find method with an example. So here we have two arrays. We have the numbers array and we have the users array. Let's try to understand find method first with numbers array. So what we want is, from this numbers array, we want to find that first element which is, let's say, greater than 10. Okay. So remember that we want to find the first element which is greater than 10 from this numbers array. If you see in this array, the first element which is greater than 10 is 12. So we want to find this element from this numbers array. For that, what we can do is, on the numbers array, we can call the find method. Okay. To this find method, we need to pass a callback function. For the callback function, you can either use anonymous function syntax or you can use arrow function syntax. Here, let me go and let me use anonymous function syntax. This callback function, it will be applied for each element of this numbers array. So for the first iteration, the element is 5. So for the first iteration, this callback function will be executed for that element. Then for the second iteration also, this callback function will be executed for the second element. For the third iteration also, this callback function will be executed for the third element, and so on. Now remember that as soon as the find method finds the first matching element which satisfies a given condition, the loop will stop. And let me come to that in a bit. Now this function here, it is going to receive three optional arguments. And the first argument will be the current element on which the find method is looping over. The second argument is the index of the current element, and the third argument is the original array. And all these three parameters are optional here. So if I go ahead and if I say console.log, and here if I log el, index and arr, let's save the changes, you will see that here the find method, it has looped over each element of this numbers array, and for each iteration when we are logging el, it is logging the current element. So for the first iteration, the current element will be 5. It has logged 5. It is logging the index of the current element. So for the first iteration, the index of the first element will be 0. It has logged 0. And when we are logging arr, it is logging the original array on which we are calling the find method. Then for the second iteration, this el is logging the second element, which in this case is 12. It is logging the index of the second element when we are logging index here, and that will be 1. And then it is also logging the original array. And that is true for all other elements in this array. So always remember that the callback function receives three optional arguments. The first argument will always be assigned with the current element. You can name it anything, but remember that the first argument will always be assigned with the current element. For the first iteration, it will be assigned with the first element. For the second iteration, it will be assigned with the value of the second element. For the third iteration, it will be assigned with the value of the third element, and so on. This second argument, it will always be assigned with the index of the current element. So for the first iteration, the index will be 0. So for the first iteration, the value which will be assigned to this index parameter will be 0. For the second iteration, it will be 1. For the third iteration, it will be 2, and so on. And this arr parameter, it will be assigned with the original array on which we are calling this find method. In this case, this arr, it will be assigned with the numbers array for each iteration. So here the name is not important. You can name these parameters anything, but the order is important, because in this parameter list, the first parameter will always be assigned with the current element value. The second parameter will always be assigned with the index of the current element, and the third parameter will always be assigned with the original array on which we are calling the find method. All right. Now in the body of this callback function, we need to write a condition. Here, let's say the condition is the current element should be greater than 10. And here we also need to return this value. So from this callback function, we need to return a Boolean value. And whichever first element satisfies this condition, that element will be returned by this find method. So here, let me create a variable. Let me call it as num. And whichever value will be returned by this find method, we want to assign it to this num variable. And let's also go ahead and let's log that num. Okay, if I save the changes, you will see that the first element in this numbers array which satisfies this condition is this value 12. So that has been returned by this find method. Okay, there are other values also which is satisfying that condition, but the find method is only going to return the first matching element. And before that, if I go ahead and if I log, let's say EL here, if I save the changes, you will see that once the find method has found the first matching element, it has also stopped looping over the array. So for the first iteration, it checks for this value 5. It does not satisfy this condition. The find method will start the second iteration. There it will find this value 12. This 12 satisfies this condition. So this 12 will be returned by this find method and it will immediately stop iterating over other elements. So after 12, these elements will not be iterated. This is very important to understand. Okay, let's save the changes. So the find method is going to return the first matching element which satisfies this condition which we have written inside this callback function. Now, what if we want to find all the elements which satisfies the given condition? Instead of finding only the first element, we want to find all the elements which satisfies this condition. For that, we have already learned how we can do that. For that, we can use filter method. And this filter method will return us an array with all the elements which satisfies this condition. Okay, but let's say our requirement is to find only the first matching element. In that case, we can use find method. All right. And all these three parameters are optional. So since we are not using this index and this ARR parameter in this function body, if we want, we can also omit them. Okay, if you want to use them in the function body, then you will have to specify that. But since we are not using those two parameters, we can omit them. So this is the use of find method. Now we also have this users array. So let's say we want to find a user whose ID is equal to 2. How can we find that? For that, again, we can use find method. So on the users array, I'm going to use find method. To that, let's pass a callback function. And here I'm using the arrow function syntax. This callback function is going to receive the current element. It is going to receive the index of the current element. And it is also going to receive the original array on which we are calling the find method. And here what we want to check is we want to check if the ID of the user. So for each iteration in this users array, this EL will be assigned with this user object. So here instead of calling it EL, I'll call it as user. That gives more meaningful name to this parameter. So for each iteration, this user parameter will be assigned with the user object. For the first iteration, it will be assigned with this user object. For the second iteration, it will be assigned with this user object. And for the third iteration, it will be assigned with this user object. So here we want to check, we want to find that user whose ID is equal to 2. So this find method, it should return us this user object where the ID of the user is 2. So, and here, if you see, I'm not using the return keyword because here we are using the arrow function syntax. And in the arrow function syntax, when we don't use curly braces, in that case, we don't need to specify the return keyword explicitly. And also here, since we are not using this index parameter, we can omit this, and we are not using this ARR parameter, we can also omit this. And since we have only one parameter here, we can also omit these parentheses like this. So now this is more shorter than writing anonymous function. right? So this find method, it is going to return us a user object. Let's go ahead and let's store it in a variable and let's call it user. You can call this variable anything. And if I go ahead and if I log this user in the console, you will see that that user is Bob, whose ID is 2. So this find method has returned us this user where the user ID is 2, because that's what we have specified in the condition. We wanted to find that user where the ID of the user is 2. So remember that find method is used to find the first matching element from an array which satisfies a given condition. If you want to find all the matching elements from an array which satisfies a given condition, in that case, instead of find, you can use filter method. So I hope with this, now you understand the use of find method. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.